Good afternoon. It is exciting to be here to share the work, and I want to start by saying thank you so much to the Dallas County Promise and the EMS team for partnering with us and Dallas ISD for the work. And I don't even want to say Dallas College is a partner anymore. We're just connected at the hip. I think if I don't talk to Anna or LaQuisha or somebody from Dallas College in a day, I just have to call them to say, okay, we haven't talked. Are you working today? Because I don't think they're working if they're not talking to us. So I'm excited to really share work that is work of a body collective, because we don't do this alone. And if you know anything about Dallas ISD, we have big, hairy, audacious goals. We have large teams that are moving fast, and we have a motto that we fail fast and recover quick. And so we are constantly thinking about how do we work together, faster, smarter, given the unique challenges that our district faces. We have approximately 150,000 students. We have 36 high schools. So we're larger than a whole lot of districts just in our high school. We have 40,000 high school students. And so several years ago when we started the Dallas County Promise Pledge, it was just that, a pledge card. I remember Eric coming to talk to us and talk to principals, and we were navigating their paper. And I'm going to date myself because I'm proud that I'll be celebrating my 50th birthday this year. So like the old Virginia Slim commercial, we've come a long way, baby, and I'm here to share our story. So we started with the CM tool, and again, last year we didn't know much about what we were doing with it, and I'm not the most techie person at all, so it just fascinates me when Eric says we're the largest user of Salesforce. But when ideas catch on, we come up with some good stuff, and I'm excited to share the stories that we have. So what did we do with Salesforce? Well, one, Salesforce was used for the Dallas County Promise tracking systems. And so we have the Promise at a variety of schools, and we're servicing over 9,000 students across our district. We have different executive directors and learning networks, and our challenge is how do we ensure that there's equitable access. And so the Salesforce dashboard for the CM tool was really, really helpful for us to be able to dive down and drill deep to support our students. Then this year, it got even better because we connected to our financial aid applications and the monthly reports that we have, and we've gotten better with doing that weekly, and we are really, really excited at where we landed with financial aid. We came up with some creative solutions for TSI, and I'm really excited about what's on the horizon. So with Dallas County Promise, the first thing that we use the tool for is really our dashboard for reporting. We've set benchmark goals across our district that we track campuses toward completion, and so we use those reports to see where we're on pace and where do we need to lean in to provide support, because getting the information connected to the pledge within the system really becomes a way for us to begin to access data in a very unified and connected way. That's not so much about collecting that data, but how we use the data. And because we were able to track financial aid completion, Dallas College application completions, we've embedded our student system so we are able to identify what students have meningitis shots and what students need meningitis shots. And because all of this data was collected in one receptacle through our Promise tool, this spring we had an exciting opportunity that I think we are really, really glad that we were able to do and we're able to take forward. So Dallas ISD started the year a little later, so we had our seniors a little bit later. And Dr. Joseph from Dallas College called one day and said, would you like us to help you with financial aid applications? And we brag a little different. I'm like, no, we're good with financial aid applications. You know, we're ahead of local, we're ahead of the state, and we're beating the nation by this many points because we can pull our data weekly. And so I said, but what I would like to do is see if while we have these students at high school, because we brought our seniors back, can we enroll them in college before they leave high school? And so we put our heads together and we found a small barrier, but Dr. Joseph is convincing. Those of you who've dealt with Dr. Joseph, she helped us come up with a creative solution. And we had over 900 students sign up for registration ready drives. We had over 56% of those students show up to the drives. We had 231 students leave high school with their file schedule in hand, and we had over 600 touches where students were able to resolve issues that remove barriers for the fall. None of that would have been possible if we didn't have all of our data combined through Salesforce with these multiple systems that was able to help us do that. And then we're also excited that we will use the communication systems through that to really help us reduce summer melt. That's still a problem that we're working to tackle, and I'm sure we'll continue to work on that, but at least we have a step forward with using our CM tool. So financial aid, it really streamlined our communication to track submission and completion. And so what we're able to do, even in the midst of a pandemic, we've hit our district goals. So Dallas ISD has board goals around college and career readiness, and board goal 4 contains a specific progress measure around financial aid completion, and we have exceeded that goal. So the district goal is 65%, and I'm excited to say we're at 69% in the midst of a pandemic. But why were we able to do that? We were able to do that because weekly we pull down our financial aid completion reports from the Promise tool. Then we meet and provide targeted assistance and support to our campus. So we have this little thing in Dallas ISD called PTech, and we have lots of students who are continuing to persist to degree completion throughout the summer. And due to the Dallas County Promise, we are able to continue to scholarship those students to degree completion. And again, our CM tool is a powerful resource because we're able to track financial aid completion for our PTech students that need to leverage those Dallas County Promise funds to get to completion. We're also able to do case management, which is a very unique feature because high schoolers and typing doesn't sometimes go out right, and so our number of applications submitted and completed are always sometimes mismatched, but with the case management, we're able to quickly resolve, and then we can also drill down to support our executive directors by disaggregating the data by Learning Network. So district-wide TSI testing, again, this is one of those things where you're like, we have this tool, let's see what we can do. So we were meeting, and I called Mark and Eric, and I said, hey, I had a question. Can you pull in our TSI data? Because we have TSI data in a variety of places, right? Because everybody's looking to leverage and maximize HB3 funding, right? So we were like, we have our SAT data, we have our ACT data, we have our PTech students who are taking TSI at Dallas College and on our high school campuses. How can we pull this together? And then how can I match this to all of my seniors so that we can drill down by student to find out what student has or has not met TSI? Well, guess what? Mark and Eric came to the rescue. And then we said, well, we have to have a pre-assessment for that to work. What can we connect with? We have Clever, so we integrated Clever with our student system. So we were able to create this system where, and I don't know how complex it is, I'm just glad I have smart friends that can put things together for me, and so we were able to integrate Clever to track the pre-assessment completion, and then we're able to progress monitor by campus their number of seniors who are completing TSI. We released units by campus. And because we were able to do this, this was also something that helped contribute to the success of the Registration Ready Drive. And what was also funny is because the students could register at college, we released test units in January and schools were moving kind of slow, but the Registration Ready Drive was coming to their campus and everybody wanted to know who needed the TSI, and I could say log in to the CM tool. Okay, so pulling it all together, how do we do this? Salesforce is great because we're able to integrate data from multiple places to make ease of use. See, a whole lot easier than using this clicker. But our student information system data pulls in our student rosters, SAT and ACT and TSI data. We also have our Apply Texas applications and financial aid applications. We have our summer melt through our students with the Dallas County Promise, so that's supported by Commit. We have our students who are taking the pledge, so we can track their applications, et cetera. Tiffany shared about Greenlight, so I won't go into that, but our students do have access to their transcripts. And last but not least, really matching our students into the clearinghouse to make sure that we are able to track their outcomes. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure, much like P-TECH was about the handoff and making sure there was a smooth transition, we want to do the same for all students. So we've been able to leverage best practices. Now, what's on the horizon? This is the part that I'm really excited about. We are looking at how we can have real-time tracking of our associate's degree attainment. Because a lot of times, you know, systems are designed for what systems are designed for. And Dallas college systems are designed for individual college students working toward their degrees. They're not necessarily aligned for thousands of high school students working to get their degrees and counselors and school administrators needing to pull data at a moment's notice. So we are now working collectively with our Dallas College partners, Anna and her team, Mark and Eric, and the Dallas ISD team to really track students' progress toward degree completion in real time, developing an early alert system, and streamline supporting, so we are able to lean in and support students. So all of this to say, we have been able to really support students on their journey to post-secondary success by leveraging the resources and tools that are provided and the integration of data that is capable with Salesforce. And so I'm really, really excited that the only thing that limits our potential is our imagination. Thank you.